So, guys, let's jump to some of the other teams.
Tottenham.
Right? Okay, let's start with Tottenham. No problem. Let's start with Tottenham. So, we'll run through this segment very quick, right?
Yeah.
All right, Danny, you can start.
So Spurs, I think in the latter part of the window, Jose shows he has a plan. And I give Tottenham's transfer window probably like a 8.5 thereabout. Okay. And I think Jose has shown that he has a plan and he knows exactly who he wants in what position, right? Dare I say it, even Gareth Bale is a part of Jose's plan. He's going to get about 5 or 6 matches out of time, but he's probably going to get 5 or 6 good matches for the season, right, when he's not injured. But if you look at Reguilon, you look at Højbjerg, you look at Doherty.
Yeah, Højbjerg fitting.
Yeah, and to complement what I think you got a backup striker, I don't remember his name right now.
Vinicius.
Yeah, Vinicius, because I know that's always been a sore point for Tottenham. They don't have a backup striker, so when Harry Kane gets injured as he normally does, you have to probably try to fit Son in it. I think at one point Harry Kane was out and Son was either suspended. I think Son got a red card when Harry Kane was injured. And we saw where Tottenham struggled. So I think what Jose has done, he has addressed a couple key deficiencies in the squad. And what he has also shown even yesterday, and it's not to belabor the 6, but when he said, okay, you have Matt Doherty, who he clearly favors to Serge Aurier.
Yeah.
But yesterday, knowing how Manu plays, he said, okay, you know what, in this game, Serge Aurier going to make more sense. And he saw he had a good game. Now, Serge Aurier doesn't really have good games very often for Tottenham. So what Jose does, he has built out a squad, and now he's showing, and he will show his class in terms of his rotation, his ability to rotate these players. Because Tottenham has quality and they have depth in quality. I think Tottenham's transfer window is one of the better transfer windows quietly because they've done it because in earlier stages, Højbjerg, Doherty early. Then in the latter part, now you say, okay, get Reguilon, you get in Gareth Bale, and they got somebody else.
Yeah. Okay,
and the Vinicius.
So overall 8.
Yeah, overall 8.
What do you think?
So I think I agree with Danny. So if Danny give Arsenal 7.5, Tottenham must be higher. I think Jose did smart business, and I think what is important also, what it shows, is the brand that is Jose Mourinho. He is still able to attract quality players, because, Reguilon had a chance to go to Man U at one point, and, it shows that, and then Jose is smart too. You bring in a man like Højbjerg. I wouldn't think Højbjerg would expect.
I have Matt Doherty.
Yeah, but these guys are the type of people you need in the midfield that will get the job done with no great ambition to be a star. Do the dirty work, get the job done,
and move on.
So, and it's something that we've spoken about off here. Like you said, Jose definitely have a plan. He knows, what he can achieve with the budget that he has and what type of players will fit that. And for a lot of teams, I'm not seeing that type of strategic signing and depth. And if they can get 60% out of Gareth Bale, it should be looking like a good season for them. And at first we joked about Jose being sacked, but it still seemed like he can attract players. So I think somewhere between 7 and 8 is fine for Tottenham.
Yeah, second season for Jose, right? I totally agree with you guys. 8, I think 8, maybe a little higher. I think Jose Mourinho, came in, looked at the side, got it. When did he get it? Like latter, last or early.
About January.
Or before January, got the team. Because I remember
Patch was sacked about November, I think, or something like that.
He signed Bergwijn in January transfer window. And we saw the injury issues that he had now. Jose Mourinho is a tactician, right? He went in, and you can see the structural issues that were in Tottenham, which is what I like, which is what I love about Tottenham's transfer window. Højbjerg, they had no defensive midfielder, no proper defensive midfielder that, as you said, do the dirty work and pass it out. They just had like Sissoko, who
was a box-to-box.
It's kind of box-to-box and it's
inconsistent.
And very. Højbjerg has been playing that position for a very long time in the Premier League proven. So you see, he went for a Premier League proven there. Matt Doherty at Wolves, very good signing. And these are Premier League proven signings at a good price, right? And the ambition is that because they're just building a lot of squad depth, it works very well. Yeah. What I also like is, as you said, Vinicius, getting a loan to buy deal, loan with the option to buy, right? Vinicius is a top talent across Europe, so he will come in, provide that support for Harry Kane, and not just you know, just being back up to Hurricane in terms of coming off of the bench.
Challenge.
But you're playing several leagues. You know, we know Jose Mourinho wants to win a trophy at Tottenham. We know Tottenham fans desperately want a trophy.
Anything.
You're in Carabao Cup, you are in Europa League, you're in FA Cup. You can now rotate your squad in such a way that you start at Vinicius. He's quality enough, right? Play him in the Carabao Cup, you have Stoke City next, right? So it would be good to bed him there, bring him off start him there and see how he plays, right? Now, you know, I was listening to another fan channel on YouTube, Expressions Oozing, right? Very entertaining guy. So he was talking and he was like, look, they have Gareth Bale, Hurricane, and Human-Son up front. And when I really think about it, when he said it, I was like, wow, what a top three to have. You know? So the business that they have done in the transfer window has been nothing short of amazing. As I said, I mean, I don't even talk about everybody, but Jose Mourinho shows his tactical awareness to bring in players. Spurs back the manager this time. I would
Bring some goodwill with Gareth Bale too. Make the fans happy, you know.
Yeah,
Fans happy.
bring back Bale home.
The players motivated. I mean, put it this way: they played Tuesday, they played Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and the worst result was a draw.
Yeah.
You know, they beat Chelsea. They beat Maccabi 7-2 and they beat Man U 6-1. Right? Brutalized two sides, right? So, and he was able to utilize the squad.
And rotate, he did a decent. And I like how he rotated the squad. Because generally speaking, at Jose of all, you have 4 matches in 8 days, he'll be complaining. But he has a squad.
He did complain.
But I guess after Thursday he was fine. And then definitely after Sunday it was even better, right?
He complained on Sunday.
He complained on Sunday. Yeah, man.
On Sunday.
But let's move to Man City.
So, you know, Ruben Diaz on Sunday.
All right, so first of all, your rating.
I think Man City had a poor window, in my opinion. I think I'd give them about 5. Because I think you let David Silva go, right? Wasn't replaced. Aguero, we've spoken about this at length, is going to be injury prone. Jesus is not the answer.
Yes.
So you needed to bring in a striker.
Yeah.
You also let Sane go, and I guess you think you have the depth. And it just didn't work out. I mean, you needed the defender early also, and it shouldn't have been, you shouldn't have waited so long. Because look, Mendy is no good, right? Your entire defense is shaky. And Laporte, I don't know if he's injury prone, but he was out for a significant portion of last season. And you saw what that did to the
7
team.
months.
Yeah, so I think they waited too long. So we spoke about timing, and Man City have money, and they can attract quality players. I don't know if they got caught up with the whole Messi transfer and got derailed. And probably Messi was thought to be the answer for the Aguero situation, but I don't think they had a good window. I think they were very poor. And I've seen a lot of days to say, like for instance, Thomas Partey, who I've seen, you know, a lot of to say this player can come in and do a job. So I put them at 5.
Okay. All right. Daniel?
5.5 thereabout. 5.5 because they didn't improve the squad.
Yes.
Because you lost David Silva, but the argument can be made that they promote Phil Foden. You lost Leroy Sané, you got Ferran Torres. Right? You had some defensive gaps that you needed to fill, and you got in 2 defenders, right? But what I would say is that the biggest issue for Man City has always been over the years, you don't have a competent backup for Kun Aguero. And I think that's their biggest challenge. And I think that is still there because Jesus not enough. We say it all the time. We say it all the time.
So question, right, for both of you. Do you think this FIFA fair play, you know, the trial that they would have gone through, the threats that they would have gotten before the FIFA fair play had anything to do with how Man City would have conducted business this transfer window?
Doesn't stop PSG. I don't believe in FIFA fair play. I think it.
I mean, I don't think you can stop it from him. I don't think you can stop them. I just think that Pep has a lot of confidence in his squad.
Yes.
And I think that's the problem, and the squad is failing him. And we see it.
He have a lot of confidence in Jesus also.
Yeah.
I think
I will see it from day one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that is where he's failing. Because like I said, he basically kept the squad the same way it was from last season. The only thing you need the defenders, because you lost Vincent Kompany and never replaced him. You dropped Fernandinho back because you got Rodri.
Yeah.
You get in Ferran, you get in Diaz, and you got in Nathan Ake.
Yeah.
Everybody is you basically just replace them. You lost Silva, you promote Phil Foden. You lost Ferran, you lost Sane, Ferran Torres. But like I said, and the reason why I agree for 5.5 or thereabout is because they still have not addressed the major issue, which is a striker.
Yeah.
Kun Aguero is getting older and he's getting more injury prone, and we're seeing it now more and more. And I think that's always going to be an issue for them. So I'm about at 5.5.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm in and around the same place for you. I think, as you guys, I think, Aguero, the striker, is the real issue, definitely. I think Nathan Ake was not that good of a signing based on the quality that they probably need around the back. He may prove to be, I was watching the Man City match, against
Leeds. Okay.
And I was saying to myself, Pep probably needs to try Nathan Ake at left back because I don't think he can do any worse than Mendy. And maybe
I don't think anyone can do worse than me.
There you go. So it may prove to be a good signing.
I think Nathan Ake was more squad depth though, because you bring in a Ruben Diaz. I think that's his preferred pairing is going to be a Ruben
why
Diaz.
not go for Ruben Diaz first?
So what I'll say, right? I think why
That's a
they
good
didn't
question.
go for Ruben Diaz first is because they were looking at he was probably the third choice on the list. They were looking at
Koulibaly.
for a
Yes, that
long
was
time.
it.
which is what we expected, right?
Yeah,
I think
you're
in our
right.
first
What was
episode,
Koulibaly's price?
He was 70.
And Nathan Ake was what, 40 mil?
Yeah.
So Koulibaly was like 70 million euros, right?
Yes.
And Nathan Ake was 41 million pounds. So
It's almost the same.
and what you paid for Ruben Diaz was about 50 million euros and plus Otamendi or something like that.
Yeah.
Went there as well. So I guess to be honest, you get to get rid of a defender. And
That's
bring a
it.
defender.
That's a surplus.
They were looking at Kondo. I hope I pronounce his name right. Conde or whatever from Sevilla, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's a
Oh,
very
yeah,
young,
yeah.
strong centre back. I think he would have been a better option for them relative to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz, I know about him because I've actually seen him play because he plays for Portugal. Manchester was actually interested in him. Jose Mourinho
So
was
he's turning on Wolves?
United were Jose Mourinho was interested in him when he wanted to sign a centre back back then, and he's a decent player. Can play with the ball at his foot, which is something that Pep likes. Reads the game very well, and he's not afraid of a aerial challenge. I don't think the two defenders gel well as yet, but they were okay in the Leeds match. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure how quick he is. It will be interesting to see how they partner. So you're right. Five. They're downhill in terms of the forward, not getting enough forward.
Yeah. I think that's going to really impact them.
Yeah. All right, guys. So what about Liverpool, defending champions? Do we think that they did enough business? How do you rate them? So I'm going to start with the Chelsea fan.
All right, so 7 aside, right? I think they had a good transfer window. I'd probably give them like a 7. You brought in Thiago, which is definite
You
quality.
give them a 7?
So you're while giving them a 7, right?
So that's Aston Villa.
Yeah. We're going to talk about Aston Villa in the window because they brought in Ross Barkley, paid dividends
No,
immediately.
don't waste our time.
Okay. So I think if you look at who they brought in Diego Jota, who is a quality player, young player, and and to Danny's point off here that probably Salah is looking to move, so bringing that type of player in is fostering continuity. So I like that. I think we always speak about the rigidness and the robustness of Liverpool's midfield and not enough guile in there. Yeah. So bringing in Thiago in there, I think is a good signing. I thought they would have probably gone for a keeper on deadline day because rumors is that Alisson is going to be out for as much as 6 weeks, and I thought they would have tried to get somebody in because Adrian has shown that he's, error prone. So I think in terms of the side that they had last year, bringing in Diego Jota and bringing in Thiago Mendes, Thiago Alcantara is an excellence. It's an excellent addition to a team to keep it going. Remember, they have the best defender in the world, Van Dijk, right? So you didn't need to strengthen around the defense. So.
That was sarcasm.
Okay.
If
I
couldn't
was trying
hold
to
a
keep it
straight
together. I was
face.
trying to keep it together. So, I think I'll give them 7. They have a strong side, and I think they add to the squad well.
Okay, fair. Danny?
Run about the same. I mean, Liverpool, to be fair, has a decent squad as is already. They're defending champions. I mean, like I say, if you back out yesterday's fiasco out of it, Liverpool has a solid side, so I didn't think they need a lot of improvement. And where they needed the improvement, they got it. I think they lost LAYNE in the transfer window. So I think they needed Jota as additional support as well, just to maintain squad depth. I mean, they're competing on all fronts. So I think they did an okay window in terms of, you add a little bit of quality in midfield, and you get in Jota to add a little bit of depth to the squad as well, and to replace players that you may have lost. So I think they had an okay window. They basically maintained, I would say, about 6 or so.
I give them a little more than that. Just on the basis that they bought where they needed.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not just quantity of players. I think they bought quality, and they bought them at an early enough time. Yeah. So, I give them an 8. And why? For those reasons, right? Because one, they got Thiago Alcantara over the line. That's an excellent signing, right? That's quality player. We saw him in Chelsea's game. We saw what he can bring to the team. They got a left back that we're forgetting about. Don't know his name.
Oh, the Greek left back.
Oh, okay. I call him Wi-Fi password. Yeah. So they got that guy from.
I think he's a squad depth though. I don't think he's really good. So I'm saying, I think it does really maintain the squad.
That's what I'm saying, because they didn't get too crazy. Because what you may find some teams do is, all right, we win. How we're going to defend it? Try sign a big name. So they didn't topple the apple cart too much. They brought in Diogo Jota. Which is a quality player. And what you saw a lot of last year was they had the likes of Mane and Salah playing a lot more games than they probably would have liked to. So when you can switch it up and bring in a Jota, Liverpool aim is probably to go further in a lot more competition. Right? So you can have Jota, you can have Minamino or whatever that you can bring him in as well, and you can start Origi.
No, you
right?
can't.
Origi's a big game player.
So
no, you can't.
As much as I don't rate Origi that much, the point I'm making is that for some of these games you can change it up a little. You have a little more squad depth, and you bring in 2 really quality players. So for Liverpool, just based on what they needed to do, I think they did it. Yeah. I think they did it early enough, and not to mark them down just because they did what they needed to do. I'm going to give them an 8.
Okay.
All right, so guys, that's it for our transfer market segment. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave any feedback in the comments. How do you feel about our ratings? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Who you think got them right this week? I think it was me. Who do you think? Just let us know. Thanks for joining another episode of Football Fans in Finance. We'll see you at our next episode.